The Lakers should have rested their starters in Game 5. They really should have.
They were on to something on Get Up. They were on to something. That's
Mea culpa. I got that one wrong.
Anthony Davis went off in a wheelchair. We'll get to that in a second because I didn't think that was.
No. We are not starting with the Lakers today. First of all, Mike Ryan, I was so furious reading your tweets last night because you have carved out a lane where no matter what happens to the Miami Heat now in this postseason, somehow you're right. And it pisses me off to no end.
Yeah.
Tweeting, this Heat team's not even very good. Whereas a week ago, you were gloating about how great this Miami Heat team was, even though a month ago you were saying they weren't even going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? You should be ashamed of yourself.
I just saw a person got caught dead in their tracks in a lie that's been going for several weeks, and there were no consequences. I have seen George Soros lie in front of microphones. I have seen person after person.
Santos. You conspiracy theorist.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Are you even sure? I have seen people that are
I was
just
puzzled.
shameless and keep moving on to great personal benefit. And I have decided when it comes to the Miami Heat, I will not be bound by shame.
Okay, I'm going to stop you here because you must be and you have to be. And Jessica, I don't want you diluted here speaking for the fans of this audience. Mike,
excuse me, why not?
Mike Ryan has been obnoxious and inconsistent and doesn't get to be on the bandwagon and on the BANNED wagon, and he gets to do it from every show. They win, he gets obnoxious gas bag, the worst kind of Heat fan. 10 years of learning how to be the hated Heat fan.
Yes, I do.
And then they lose, and he starts with the Lakers.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
No.
Here's why.
No.
If the Miami Heat win this title, I will be on a float. I will 100% be on a float.
No.
Again.
I will
Again.
for
No,
the third time.
I'm
in
going
my life. I will be on a
to
float.
stop you right there because we're going to have one representative on the float, but it's not going to be you.
You don't make the rules.
And I do.
You
I do.
don't.
I
You
do.
don't.
I do in this
You know what's
regard.
going to
It's gonna
happen?
be me?
The Miami
You're
Heat.
on the Panthers
The
float,
Miami
right?
Heat will ask me to be on the float.
No. You know who's going to be on the float from Meadowlark Media?
Not Parakeet.
The intern.
No.
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 Oh, Mike Sure. I texted him last night.
Oh, okay. No, that's a good call.
He's
I was
at
like,
this
which intern?
at this point. Mike Sure is saying like the Heat are going to win three titles in a row. Like that's how far deep into his paranoia he is. I sent him a text last night saying, "How can you not love this guy?" When Jimmy drew the flagrant foul on Josh Hart, and he says, "How can you not hate him?" He says, "I hate that all you guys, you naysayers, and you jamokes and all this stuff." He said. And these guys are going to go and win the championship now. And I was right, but you guys wouldn't listen to me.
I think that's fair. I will yield my time to the representative from Los Angeles.
If you think we are a bandwagon, I will have you know that my father was in one of these parades, and my father went on ESPN television very early and said in about 2010, middle of that first season, he said, "I have been with the Heat all my life.
Yeah.
I've been with them since LeBron got here."
That's one of my favorite
And
lines.
he was dead serious. He wasn't fooling around. That's Miami. Miami is loud when it wins. Miami is absent or quiet or hiding when it loses. And Jessica, I think you should let Mike have it after that because Jimmy Butler didn't look like Himmy last night. He was invisible.
He was resting,
He was
actually.
invisible for large parts of the game. Made me wonder about, man, he's been limping in to the arena. He looks like an old man, like my Theo. Old Theo walking in chancletas, shuffling around the apartment because he's milking the. I don't know how hurt he is, but he looks like he's limping on the way to the arena the same way that Anthony Davis takes a wheelchair out of that game last night.
I'm not just saving this for Mike Ryan, by the way, because you mentioned the word absent, Dan. Miami Heat fans are missing when they lose. Have you noticed there's been one member of the show who has not been in at work the morning after Heat playoff losses to the Knicks, and his name rhymes with hair?
What?
Fart Bear.
Oh.
Jeremy
Okay.
Tache.
Oh,
Where
okay.
is he?
All right.
Where is
Went
Jeremy?
rhyme on the nickname.
Yeah, you went rhyme. That's tough. You
Not
can't
a-
do that.
not a-
Also,
Jeremy Bachet.
I'm not going to hear this from a Knick fan. I woke up to a tweet of audio from Kid Mero telling me to bleep his bleep. All right? You don't get to tell me to bleep your bleep.
I can't fill in those blanks, Mike.
Jessica, who are you rooting
It
for?
rhymes with what?
You have a million teams. Who are you
She's
rooting?
a Knicks fan.
Is she?
But I don't think she's a public
Hold
Knicks
on.
fan.
Wait a second. No.
Is that Tony Romo?
You have 8 million favorite teams. You clearly are someone who does not mind going to the buffet of teams to pick teams. And you picked the Knicks? You went to this lovely spread of all the great basketball teams out there and said, let me get the one that someone sneezed on.
This is the first I'm hearing of it that you're a Knicks fan.
I am in the Le Batard Show Knicks
Look at this
graphic.
Well, you say, look at this guy, and we are largely an audio medium, but yes, we have outside of the arena right now that Knicks turd that wasn't properly vetted. Knicks fandom is infecting Meadowlark Media that was hidden during the interview process. Like, I did not know. I'm learning right now. Jessica, you've told me about your 50 allegiances. I learned after a victory that you are the same thing you accuse fur of being.
Wait, what do you think his name is? Hairferny. Here's the thing, Dan. I'm a Chicago Bulls fan, and my Chicago Bulls were knocked out of the play-in game by these stupid Heat fans that wanted to tank for someone that they had a 0.5% chance of getting in the draft lottery.
But this is typically Miami, too, what Tony did, which is then just lie that he ever said that.
And now I'm on the bandwagon of whoever can knock this stupid-ass team out of the playoffs and shut you up for good.
Whoa. Oh, wow. Whoa. I love the Miami Heat, but I will concede they're a terrible team, the worst playoff team to ever find their way into the second round.
Besides the Knicks.
And if they do win,
the Knicks are garbage.
I will also accept a spot on the float.
Yeah. Also, I didn't know you were a Blackhawks fan until Connor Bedard was going to them.
Is there a secret Maple Leafs fan infecting the Meadowlark Media
What a
somewhere
player, though.
that's going to emerge today because they won a game in?
No one claims.
Well,
that was very disheartening.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Taylor is outside. He was punished recently and had to spend an entire show
Get off your phone,
sitting outside the arena. Now he's happy because Quentin Grimes was hitting threes last night. The Miami Heat, that was not an impressive showing from the Miami Heat.
Not an impressive showing from Taylor either. I think he forgot he's supposed to be holding the sign
There
up
you
so
go.
we could
He's
read.
texting somebody.
He's wearing a Knicks.
He made a Quentin Grimes poster out of 6 pages of white printer paper.
Brunson last night was what they told me Jimmy Butler is and what Jimmy Butler has proven to be, but Jimmy Butler was not last night. That's the worst playoff game and it's not terrible. It's just he wasn't consistently impacting the game the way that we've gotten very comfortable watching.
Did the Knicks win that game last night, or did the Heat lose it?
that's
Because I think the
that's a
Heat
good
lost
question.
it. Also, refs were cheating, very clearly. Look at that free throw disparity.
Should the Heat have rested their starters?
Yes, I think so, because that was a garbage effort from the Miami Heat last night. Not all the players, but it just wasn't good, especially the best player, and he's afforded that opportunity. At the heart of the matter, it just wasn't hot enough inside of Madison Square Garden.
That's where I wanted to go with this. Just the temperature, man. I mean, it kind of saps your energy when you go up there and it's a little muggy.
Put it on the poll, Juju, at Le Batard Show. Did the Heat lose because the Knicks, New York, had a temperature advantage? Because I believe that is what happened last night. I believe that the travel back and forth from Miami to New York made legs weak, and it's hot outdoors in New York. And, Duncan Robinson was the only one who could do a lot from three. Kevin Love, I'm so tired in this series. I'm so tired in this series of two things. One, the ball going through Cody Zeller's hands.
He's not good, man.
That needs to stop.
Why are we playing
Dude,
him? He's not a good player.
Look, let me say this right now, man. The moment they signed him, I looked at him and I said, this guy looks like a guy who has 2 mortgages and he's behind on both of them.
Put it on the poll, please, Juju, at Le Batard Show. Does Cody Zeller look like he's got 2 mortgages and he's behind on both of them?
And I just sensed the stress levels coming off of him, and I said, I don't think so. That's not a guy I want to rely on right there.
I just hate playing New York where they make everything this monumental occurrence. The most memorable free throws in New York sports history might be the Hackam Mitchell.
Dude, so my cousin was at the game, and he said the loudest cheer all night long.
Amin, my friend said the exact same thing. He said it was the craziest he's ever heard the Garden.
They're going to be talking about that for years.
It's like
Moment of the season.
They were
for the
so
Knicks.
scared that this great season, the greatest season they've had in 20 years, was about to end last night. They didn't want it to happen in their arena. Jimmy was quiet all game, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, hack on purpose, the 7-footer who's been throwing line drives at the rim. And all of New York was like, I can't trust this. And then he made them. And they're like, wait, I can be loud again.
It was like when LJ hit the 4-point play. That's how it's described.
It's up
to
there.
me.
It's up there with the LJ 4-point play. It's up there with Allen Houston.
Willis
it's
Reed.
up there with Willis Reed. It's up there when that one time they chanted Bobby Portis's name the entire game.
Remember that?
Let me stop because there's a whole generation that does not know what you are saying with that LJ 3 that was a 4. It was against the Pacers. Larry Johnson shouldn't have been taking threes. He was
killing. What are you talking about?
He made a 3 and got fouled, and it is the loudest that Madison Square Garden has been since Phil Jackson and Bill Bradley were wearing shorts that came up their hairy thighs and belts on the shorts. That was the height of Knicks basketball, and they've been starved for 20 years, and they'll take it from Brunson and Randall and R.J. Barrett. And they got a game last night from Miami, so they don't have to suffer the indignity of having their season ended by Miami, by Pat Riley on their home court.
To be fair, according to my friends in the Knicks chat that I'm in, every game in this series is a home game for the Knicks. That's what they said confidently at the beginning of the series.
Not the case as someone that's gone to the games. Not look at me, Louie, but just look at me right in the eyes right now, Mero. I will not bleep your bleep. I will not.
Look at me, Louie.
I'm not going to bleep your bleep. Won't bleep your bleep. The series is over on Friday, even though the Miami Heat are not good.
Where is Stugotz?